Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, we're going to continue on with this Deutz Allis 1920. Not exactly sure on a year for the tractor. I'm going to go on ahead and guess it's probably a 1980s model year tractor. Previously on the channel, I don't exactly remember what we did. I think it was just kind of a video that I made on it. I remember making a video on this tractor. I think it was pretty much just a parts search, looking for pieces and parts for any information anybody could give me on it. It is, I want to say, about almost a year after that video went up. 6 months ago, I found an engine. The engine for this tractor is supposed to be a Magnum 20. I found a Magnum 18 for it, which I'd say is close enough. And another thing I didn't know what to find was an engine plate for the tractor. I ended up finding one of them as well on eBay. As you can see, there it is right there. It bolts into the frame. The engine bolts to that. And I also found a drive shaft. Those are, I think, the things at the moment I was looking for this tractor I could not find. And well, I have found all these, so we are going to go on ahead and continue on with this tractor. This is not my tractor, this is my brother's tractor still. I wish it was mine. This thing is kind of cool. A few things that we need to do is, I think we need to go over the wiring and check on it. I noticed there is, as you can see here, some wires cut, as well as it looks like this is missing, I don't know what goes here. It's missing a plate that goes over that, which kind of makes me worry. I feel like something else should be plugged into this, but I don't at the same time know. I don't ever deal with these, so I don't know. Something may be supposed to be plugged in there, maybe not. Actually, that just looks like something that would hold one of these on there. Maybe nothing's supposed to go to that. I think it's some kind of computer, but we're missing a plug here. We've got this here. We've got this, unless that goes to there. I don't know. That goes to a light. This right here goes to a light. Okay, maybe we don't necessarily, unless that goes here. That could go there. Maybe, I don't know. It's missing the cover, that's all I know. I don't mess with Deutz, I mess with Deers and Cubs and home lights. So I think what we are going to do is we are going to get the drive shaft in. We've got to get the drive shaft hooked up to the transmission, and after we do that, we take it, get the engine bolted to that plate, drop the plate in, get the engine hooked up to it. The engine runs, we've heard it run before, but I don't know how the carb is on it. Maybe the carb needs cleaned, maybe it doesn't. More than likely, we are going to probably have to take it off there and clean it anyways. We got to find somewhere to mount this at. I don't know where to mount that at on here. There's nowhere on the tractor that I've seen yet for it to be mounted. I'm almost wondering if the original engine didn't have a movable oil filter, if it just mounted right to the block. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but I guess we'll have to find that out for ourselves. So let's go on ahead and let's get the drive shaft put in, and after we get the drive shaft put in, we can get the engine dropped in there or get it bolted to that plate, and then get the engine dropped in there and get that plate bolted in, get the drive shaft hooked up to the motor, and after we do that, maybe we can get the engine running and try driving the thing. So here we go. I'm not sure what all you guys can see. Hopefully you can see the little nub on the drive shaft or on the transmission there. Let's just get this running back to our transmission. And then, there we go. We just had to get through. Of course, this thing is a U-joint in it. Reach, I guess, and try to find it. If the thing didn't have the U-joint in it and it was straight, you know, that would be one heavy drive shaft, I'll just tell you that. Is that it? Did we get it? There we go, we're on it. Cool. So I think we are now, oh, we can go back a little bit, but I think we're fine right where we're at. Hydro even turns. Yeah, we're back as far, I'd say we're back as just about where we need to be now. Cool. Now we have a drive shaft. So now that we have a drive shaft, we gotta take our engine plate out, get the engine mounted to it, get the engine dropped in, and once we get the engine dropped into the tractor, we should be good to go from there. So right here is this guy. I might pull it out some to hook it up to the motor because this is kind of recessed back, as you can see. And once I get that hooked up, or maybe I can get a ratchet in there. We'll see when we get to it. So let me get the engine out of my wheelbarrow. And after I get the engine out of my wheelbarrow, we'll get the engine plate off of it and we'll go with that. So now what we need to do is we need to take this mounting plate off right here. We need to find our bolts. There's one. I feel like there should be another one. There's not. There's one and there's one. So we're missing a bolt. Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, there's how you can see that. Actually, oh I see. They have the engine up on spacers. There's not one here. I imagine it rattled quite a bit. So those look like 9/16. That's what I'm guessing they are. They should be 9/16. There we go. I think we'll just end up using, oh, there's a nut on top. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, we might just use those bolts over again. one. That's two. And here's three. The goal is to not get hit. There we go. All of them are out. There's another bolt. So now we just got to grab our Deutz plate and some new bolts. Not new bolts. Some new, what are they called? The missing bolt. We got to figure out which way our engine plate wants to mount. I would think this way. Right? I would explain that. Yep. This way, like that. Too short. Yeah, that's too short. So I'll need longer bolts. Yeah. That sucks. We just gotta come up with one. Yeah. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Something here's not right. You guys. We're missing something, aren't we? Look at that. What the hell? Well, I gotta figure out what the hell we're missing. Man, that fucking sucks. I wonder if... What is it, 20 have a bigger footplate? I don't know. Let me do some research and I'll figure out what the hell's missing. Okay guys, ignore the rain outside. It's currently storming. I have an idea. This is a paper doll. This is our engine plate. The way that this is facing towards the PTO of the tractor, over here towards the front of the tractor. This is facing the back towards the drive shaft. Right here is the engine. This is how big our engine plate is. This right here, these are the bolts for the motor. This bolt right here is a bolt for the engine. This is a bolt for the engine as well. That's just a paper hole. So what we need to do is we need to figure out where the center of this plate is, and we've got to figure out where we want the engine. I would think you would want it further towards the front, but you might want it more in the middle at the same time. But I'm trying to think of where I want the motor. I'm debating on whether I want to drill into this or if I just want to make something that mounts here, here, there, and there. We got to find out our spacing. Now we got to keep in mind as well, on the bottom of that motor, it's not like this, you know. So we just got to figure out, let's see, I want to make either a plate. Here's what we need to figure out. Do these holes, we can make our own thing if we want to, something that goes along here and something that goes along here, and then have the engine bolt to the plate or whatever goes between these two things if they're spaced out. You see what I mean? They're spaced out in between these holes enough, like that. That looks pretty well where it needs to be. So if we did that, we could do that and it would work. I'm just kind of trying to get myself an idea, you know, as to what I want to do. Let me get fly swatter real fast. I'm so sick of these pests. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So yeah. Gross. Shouldn't have done it on my paper. So let's just see, where do we want our engine? Well, then plus I don't know how far up forward or how far back I want it. And we got to remember the flywheel sticks out some past this point. So might make it adjustable. I might have to call a friend of mine who does welding and see what he has to say. Maybe he can do something for me on this. Let me think about it for a few minutes. I just grabbed that mounting, the Cub Cadet mounting plate. This is where the holes were on that Cub plate. So I just marked them on here. We'll see what I need to do. Well, I thought of an idea, and this is what I have come up with. I've got a couple pieces of steel here, as you guys can see. Going to put that there, put this here. My plan is, as you can see, we take our little template here. Balance that better. And we set it on here. Here is where our little rubber mounts are, and this is my template. Here's what I'm thinking. Drill a hole here, here, drill a slot here and a slot here, or slot back here and a slot there, and maybe a slot right here. So that way we can make it movable. All four of these would be slots, and these would be slots as well. I need a mill. I don't have a mill. If I had a mill, I could get this square, put a hole here, put a hole here where they need to be, or put a slot here, that's what we need to be, slot here, and then come into this slot and another slot, another slot, and we'd be good to go. We just look at it, say, okay, we got to mount it here and here, but we can't do that. We have to stick with drills. So yeah, unless I can get, well, I don't know. So I need to find a milling machine. That's what I need to look for next. So what we are going to do is we are just going to have to get it exactly where it needs to be. We kind of are limited as to what we can do. I'm thinking just put a hole here, there and there. I might move this plate up a smidge, or I might make an incision back here so I can see that in that back plate. You know, what I'm talking about is this right here. You know, that way I can get whatever needs to be there to work. Or we can just swing it. That's just too close to there. I don't know, maybe we don't even need this. Probably not even going to run a, all that actually is there for is a grease fitting, but in order to get to it you got to take the motor off anyway. So I guess we probably won't even put a mower deck on it, so we probably won't even need to worry about that. So this end should be fine, this end's fine. I want to get both of these square. I just noticed this one is bigger than that one. Actually, maybe it's just crooked. So let's get these both square. I'll just go with the side over here. There we go. I guess they don't necessarily have to be square. They can be off a smidge. But right there is what we need. That is what I have made. So then, this is our engine. We take our engine and we set it on our plate, mount the plates, and we'll be good. But yeah, I would set it up like that, and then I would mount the plates to the motor first. The only thing I don't like, and I'm in this situation whatever way I do it, I can't get to the bottom of the motor to drain the oil. So we're going to have to just take the engine out to drain the oil, or we could send a little hose down there with a pump, pump the oil out, put new oil in. That's kind of where we're at right now. If I can find a way to avoid that, I will. I gotta find out where the drain is on this engine actually for the oil. I have a feeling it is on the bottom of the motor. I don't think that is it. That could be it. I think if that's it, it's on the side of the engine. I also just thought about it. We're gonna have to make. We might have to make a notch for this the starter. Well, actually, maybe not. It seems to be sitting flat. Okay, yeah, we don't need to worry about the starter. The starter is going to be over some. And it looks to be sitting flat on my little table it's sitting on right now. So we should be okay there. So yeah, what we got to do now is get these drilled, get the engine positioned exactly where we want it. It has to be in the exact middle of both plates. And after we get it in the exact middle of both plates, we can go on ahead and we can start getting the engine bolted to this, get this bolted to this, get this into the frame, get the drive shaft hooked up to that, and there we go. So I'm gonna figure, I'm tempted to take that up there, and I wish I had a mill. I used to have a mill, but I don't anymore. It always seems like when you get rid of something, you need it. Wasn't my choice either. It really wasn't my mill. So let's go on ahead, and I'll bring you guys back here once I get a plan made. We might just have to, I don't know, we might just have to drill holes and make it work. Well, after sitting down and thinking about it and realizing I don't have a mill and I'm not going to be able to do it with one, I'm just going to try it with a drill and we'll see where it goes. So what I want to do is I want to probably draw a line going down that. And then let's just see what I want to do here. Just trying to find something flat. I can use. It's got to be in line with that. There we go. I think I'm going to have it back a little bit like that. And then the other one I will as well. But we'll just put this flat up against the flat up against the edge of the plate. Like so. There we go. And then we'll just like that. And we'll come over here and we'll do the exact same thing. There we go. See? And then we'll take that. And we'll line them up. If I can line that up, that would be perfect. There we go. Then we'll just cross through here. I want to make sure that I want to say it looks, let's try to get the center of the circle. How's that? That looks good. I would say that looks just about right there. And right there. I won't go in there. I was going to say, if that goes in on both sides, we're good. So I would say we're good right where we have it. Let's take and run a line through here. I know there's a better method for doing this, but I'm kind of limited to what I have, you know. So I just have to square that. I wish I could square that off. I would say that looks okay. As long as it's in the right spot, you know, when I drill it, it's fine. Where's the marker? Where did I put that Sharpie? Let's just get this. And we'll probably mark that the same way as we mark that. There we go. That looks good right there. So then we'll come over here. Adjust that. That looks like it walked up a spot. And we'll stick our little thing here. There we go. I would say that we have got it. Cool. So now what I want to do, we'll move this. We'll do the same method for that back one. I'm going to take and I'm going to put a punch on those. I want to put a divot in this, so that way putting a divot in it, the bit doesn't walk out when I'm drilling. I don't want to do it with a Phillips screwdriver, but my little punch is gone. There we go, we put a divot in it. So we're kind of limited to what we have. Could have used that one. That actually might be better. Well, it grabbed into that one, but we'll just do this. There we go. There we go. Hopefully that'll work. Yep, that'll work. Let me drill that out and drill that out, and after I get those drilled, I will bring you guys back. And after I bring you back, we'll go from there. Well, I got my holes drilled. Let's just grab this. Oh, look at that. That one might be off a little bit, but that's good. Cool. So that is perfect. I would just about say. Cool. So I guess what we need to do is we need to get the back plate drilled. If we wanted to, we could use this plate as a template. They should be just about the same measurements. Side to side, I know they are. Like that. They should be about the same. No reason for them not to be. Because they were You know, let's just go. I know someone's already saying it and yelling it. Let's just do this. Okay. So that right there looks about right. That. There we go. I would say both of them look just about exact. How do we measure the center? We just kind of went for it, didn't we? So we'll take this and we'll line it up, center. Trying to remember how we did the center going down the plate. I think we just kind of marked somewhere and made it work. And then over here, that right there, I would say that looks just about accurate. There we go. So now we just got to figure out where do we want the center of our plate. Where do we want it? We probably want it right there like that. Let's just take an eyeball look. We could grab a measuring tape. The only thing I have against using the measuring tape is if you move it a little bit, even while you're measuring it, you're going to have to go back through and redo it. That is the only thing I am against. We are currently at a little under 4 inches. Let's just move it right to 4 inches. And then let's jump back. Okay, that is just right. Actually, that looks perfect. So there we go. Right here is dead 4 inches, right here where the hole starts, and right here where the hole starts is 4 inches as well. This is centered. So, let me grab this. Oh, I know what we did. We just stuck this right on the edge of the plate and did it that way. There we go. That's not going to work now. Oops. Oh well. If we have to, we can just take and put the longer side of that up against the shorter side of that, or against the longer side of this if we want to. Let's just mark it. Let's just do it since we already have it. I forgot that was how we did it before. Let's just take that and mark it like that. Then we'll jump over here. And I know somebody in the comment section is saying it. That is not the correct way to mark your measurements. But here's the thing, you know, I'm on a budget. And this works. I already have it. So there we go. I am going to take this over there, and I am going to go on ahead and make little divots in those. We got it pretty damn well lined up with our other plate, so hopefully this plate goes the same way. I want to center these a little bit better because I don't think I quite centered them before. I was off a little bit. So there we go. Let me take these over there and I'm going to drill them real fast. And after I do that, we will get the plate on kind of mounted somewhat, and then we'll try to figure out where the engine wants to go. Okay guys, I ended up getting this. These are both on how they need to be. As you guys can see, both plates are mounted. I didn't bolt them down or anything yet. I just kind of stuck them on there. I probably should mount them down, but oh well. As you guys can see, I got the plates both put down on my little thing. Let's set this down right here. I want it to be in the center, in between these. Right now it looks like it's pretty well centered. However, I'm going to break out the tape. We are 1 inch away from that. We are, again, it's not accurate because that's not cut straight. Yeah, if these were, let me cut this a little bit straighter. Just get it up along, right up against the holes. As close as I can to where it needs to be. I took a little too much off over here, but oh well. Let's get this. This is the crucial measurement. This is the one that we can't mess up. Okay, so let's get right there. 2 inches from that point right there. So we take that. There we go. Let's try again. Let's bring that up to here. Two inches from the right there. Okay. Ready? There we go. I don't think it exactly has to be centered. In all honesty, I think we could go with it. It's fine right there. It's just a matter of moving the engine forward or moving the engine back. The mounting plate, the fan shroud hangs over a little bit this way. This is the PTO side. This over here is the flywheel side. I should have wrote that on here actually. I don't want to move it. I want to be careful. There we go. So now, since we're looking at that, the flywheel goes that way, PTO goes this way. I want let's just see. I wish these holes just lined right up with these, and we could have just dropped it right in and did it that way. What we could do is we could drop this plate in the tractor and we could look at things, although it's so much easier just to do it out of the tractor, you know. I mean, all it needs to do is be dropped into the frame of the tractor. You bolt this in, and then after you do that, this goes in, or the engine goes on top of here, and it just sits there. I mean, it's not hard to mock up where the engine goes. The hood goes here, PTO's up here. We don't have the whole engine. If we had the whole engine and it was on this right now, I wouldn't be able to see that, as well as we could space it right where we want it, you know. What we could do, how far forward does let me go measure the flywheel shroud. Well, against my better judgment, I went ahead and I drilled holes in these right here. My little mounting plates I made. I just drilled 4 holes. I didn't slot them or anything. I am just going to try and mount them to the engine, and after I get them mounted to the engine, I will I'll bring this plate out. I will mount them to the plate, And after I mount them to these plates, we will evaluate and just see what we can find. Probably not one of my brightest moves, but oh well, you know, it'll work. Let's grab our engine mounting plates, our homemade mounting plates, and let's see if they line up with our engine. If they line up with our engine, that's good. I don't think they will. I think this was the flywheel side. We'll take that and put it there. Well, I see one. Well, I see the other. I would say both of them line up, which is good. I guess we're testing it to see if it leaks right now. There's a little bit of oil on my table, but that was coming out of the breather. I relocated the breather hose, that way it wouldn't piss anymore. And so far it has seemed to work. I don't want that one. I do want that one. Yeah, see, right there's our starter. Right there's our oil drain, by the way. Maybe later on, if we end up wanting to, we can play with that and get it to where we can drain the engine oil without taking the motor out of the tractor. Let's take this guy. Find another bolt. Let's take him. No, we won't get him. We'll have to take him in like that. Which way did this plate go? It went like that. So we want it like this. There we go. Cool. Mounted right up, which is good. So we'll take that and that. I probably won't tighten these quite yet. I'll probably just throw them on there for now. So let's throw this guy up here. Might not be able to get this guy a bolt. Now if this starter wasn't here, that would be easy to get to. It wouldn't be as... Did it just thread? No. Come on. Just thread. There we go. I think it did. Cool. So now we gotta get two up here, which hopefully shouldn't be as hard. This is our PTO side, so we want it to go like... Something's already fucked. Oh, there's a bolt. Still, which is good. Oh, we have our first problem. Wonderful. Great. We might have put this plate in upside down, that or something is not right. That is crooked. Let me grab a bolt. So this up here is not lining up. There we go. Okay. What do we have here? What is your problem? Something is bent. That is off. We're going to have to do some drilling, it appears. It looks like my mount might be off. Damn it. Man, it wasn't like that when I had it on the table. I wonder, did I put something upside down? Let's run this guy in. He goes right there. I think I put one of these plates in upside down. I have a feeling it was this one because of where my bolt is lining up. Right there. Yeah, I'm going to go on ahead and go with, I think I put that plate in upside down. Let's see if this other hole still lines up. You know, just to make sure. Yes. Those two line up. I think we put one of these in upside down. I don't know which one we put in upside down yet. Both of those line up though, which is good. So let's throw our plate back on and let's check. Oh, we have a problem, Houston. Let's just take a peek. Okay. Does that look crooked to anybody else? So we need to, let's see here, what needs done? That's crooked. That should not be crooked. It's not crooked now. I think we are going to have to slot those engine bolt holes like I figured we would, unless we can. See, now it's about an inch off on the bottom. It's almost like we're going to have to flip the bottom ones around too. I think we are. I think we're going to have to flip the bottom bolts around as well. Bolts. I mean the bottom plate, although that actually looks like it's up at the highest point. That's at the lowest point. Yeah. Something here is not right. Let's see, what can we do? That looks crooked. That might be crooked. No, it's not crooked. Right here and here. I think it's just the way that the... It might just be my eyes. It doesn't look off. Unless this is slanted a little bit. I almost wouldn't mind slotting these. Slotting those or slotting these down here on the bottom. These actually might, if I loosen them, that plate might adjust a smidge, not a whole lot. That doesn't adjust, that doesn't move enough to where you could play with it. So we're gonna have to take probably this one off and slant it so that we can adjust our engine. I also would like to do the same thing with the bottom plate. Basically just take it and slot both of these all the way down the little piece of metal, and then after I do that, you know, get it and adjust it, fine tune it right where it needs to be. Other than that though, I would happily say, unless actually we would be better off just slotting this out here, since we have this mounted to the bottom of the engine. If we slant these out here, you know, then we can just loosen these bolts right here and slide the whole plate, slide the engine forward or slide the engine back if we need to, you know? That's not a bad idea. We might do that. We might just go that route. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is these are going to stay alone, and I am going to slot them some way, somehow. Nobody said anything about me not being allowed to do it with the drill. It may not come out straight, but, you know, I mean, it'll work. It's the best thing I can do right now. I'm kind of limited, you know, as to what I have and what I can do. So we'll just throw them back to tight. And we just take our bit and go down. Let's give it a shot. That gives us some movement, doesn't it? Let's see. Where does that line us up? I don't see any holes. Wonderful. We're still off. Shit. Damn it. I was hoping. Well, that got us not a whole lot closer to the ballpark. So we might end up just taking that and drilling a new hole in our plate. Wonderful. We'll have to get this exactly straight. Get a bit that's about as big as that metal and just send it all the way through that plate. And after we do that, we'll be good. So let me just grab it. Okay. I had better grab a nut from over here. After drilling, I've finally managed to get this to work. As you can see, that's there and that's there, so good. I just drilled another hole. Like I said before, I took a tap and I went in there and I tapped little divots in that metal, and I grabbed the drill and I started drilling into it, and I managed to get it to work and drill. So yeah, now all we got to do is stick 4 nuts in here, and after we put 4 nuts in there, we just take it and mount the plate in the tractor, and after we mount the plate in the tractor, we are good to go. So yeah. Let me get this real quick. What the hell? I think I turned it the wrong way. How do you set to do that? There we go. And I'm also going to swing this guy around. I think I am going to grab the impact and use that. But yeah, I think these, hopefully this mount works good for what I am doing. It's probably not going to be exactly center, but you know, here's the thing. That drive shaft has U-joints, which is good. Meaning I can make the engine as crooked as I want, and it will hold itself in for me. Well guys, here's a little bit of an update for you guys. I don't remember where I cut the camera off earlier, so I'm just gonna go what we did, I believe, on camera earlier. Before we got the engine, we fitted the engine into the frame. I got the plate mounted to the bottom of the track, to the bottom of the engine. And after I did that, I dropped the engine into the tractor to see how it fit. Everything seemed to line up real good, so I pulled the motor out, stuck the drive shaft in to the thing. Actually, no, what I did is I took the drive shaft and I bolted it to the engine, and after I bolted it to the engine, we dropped the engine into the tractor and we slid it back through here and hooked it up to the coupler on the hydro pump. And after I did that, everything lined up good and the engine's in there now. It's not quite bolted in yet. I wasn't going to upload this until the tractor was done and running, but unfortunately a couple other videos that I'm filming ended up falling through, so therefore I'm not going to have a video for this Sunday if I don't get this one uploaded. I didn't have a video for last Sunday either, which I was really disappointed about, but the video that was supposed to go up last Sunday ended up falling through, so that one was kind of a fail. I fixed my air compressor, that's all I have to say. I fixed the leak, but I don't think I'm going to use that video or not. I don't even know if it's still on my camera anymore or not. So it just kind of fell through. Like I said, I was going to use them, but it just didn't really to me seem like a video worth using, so I'm just going to, I guess this is going up in its place. I want to thank all you for watching that, and it has been, temperatures have been pretty high here in Ohio, and the shop has been pretty humid and warm, hot, so I've kind of been in the house a little bit more than I have in the shop lately. Like I said, just temperatures have kind of been unbearable. It's not too bad right now, it has cooled down quite a bit, but you know, temperatures do get up there and the humidity in that shop is, it's unbearable. You start doing anything and you're sweating like a pig. So I want to thank all you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If this is your first time checking out my channel, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you guys a thing. It helps my channel grow and more people find my channel. I want to thank all my new subscribers that have recently subscribed to the channel. Leave me a comment down below. I found out recently that commenting on videos actually helps the video get spread around, believe it or not. I used to think that it was if you liked the video or you reacted to it, it would get spread around more. But apparently if you comment on the video, it makes YouTube, some reason the algorithm spreads it around more. So if you're interested, so if you like what you see, please leave me a comment down below, as well as please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. I think that is going to be it. Take care. Bye.